Hi guys, we're just going to do a quick short video this week on how and why we chose to travel Australia.
So we'd always chatted about wanting to see other parts of Australia and do some trips and travel around Australia and all that sort of thing. And we also chatted about how we might be able to make that happen with the jobs that we had. So taking leave from work or accruing long service leave in the jobs that we were in, and then maybe taking a bulk lot of those types of leave, put them together and then take a big trip. But even with that, that wouldn't have been enough to feel like we had enough time to see and do everything we wanted to see and do. So we sort of just put that on the back burner and thought, just our general 4 weeks annual leave a year, we would just take chunks of that and travel and see different parts of Australia that we were sort of close to and we could do in that sort of time period.
We've mentioned in a previous video, it was mainly our road trip down to Jindabyne a few years ago that highlighted that we actually wanted to see a lot more of the country, but at our own pace. We don't really enjoy feeling rushed to get back to meet a deadline, that sort of stuff, especially if you find somewhere you really enjoy. The other thing that trip did is it really highlighted to us how many nice areas are out there to see, and kind of the reason we live where we live was basically just because we were brought up in the area. So we just fell into that, get jobs, have friends and family obviously in the area, buy a house and just settled in. But when we went on that trip, we just sort of started thinking, well, there's a lot of nice areas out there and maybe we might want to check some of them out.
Yeah. Following a few weeks after the trip to Jindabyne, we realised how different that holiday was compared to all of our other holidays that we'd taken. The last few holidays we'd had prior to that was Fiji and Thailand, where you've basically packed up stuff that you're taking, catch a flight over, and then you rely on your bookings of resorts, hotels, taxis, transfers, day trips, seeing different things and tours and stuff, and you have to rely on other people for everything. You don't have anything with you. And traveling to Jindabyne with our own setup and stopping wherever we wanted and just doing whatever we felt like and having our own stuff was just a huge change, and we really enjoyed that.
At the time of that road trip, I was in a different job where I wasn't really very happy. I was pretty keen for a change, which probably was a big thing that sparked all this thought process, because as we were gone, I was in the frame of mind like, why not, let's just go. Whereas Steph, she was really comfortable and happy in her job. And a big thing for both of us has always been the security. So we've always worked, we only know and we really like having the security of a full-time job, a house, all that sort of stuff. So that was probably one of our biggest hurdles to overcome to actually do it.
So the thought of traveling really just kept playing on our minds, and we both decided that if we really wanted to do it, there was actually no reason we couldn't, and we could make it happen if that was important enough to us. All we really had to do was make that choice, and then from there plan out how we were going to make it happen.
It was around halfway through 2017 where we sort of came to the decision to actually do it. And we talked a lot about picking a date to actually, if we were going to do it, how would we plan that out. Around that time, we'd sort of thrown a few things like if we save for 12 months or something like that. We then started talking that in February of 2019 would actually be our 10-year anniversary, 10 years together. So we thought, why not? There's a solid date. it's a pretty cool thing, we think, to do on your anniversary, pack up and head off around the country. So that sort of worked in with our time frame pretty well, because we thought 18 months is a pretty good realistic time to save, put away a good chunk of money to do it, and also get everything ready. So clear our house out, sort, you know, everything we would need out.
Sell things, fix up the patrol, like get it all ready and get all our gear sorted.
Yeah. And so that was just sort of, it all worked in pretty well, and we'll actually be packing the car up and leaving home on our anniversary, the 28th of February. So that'll be just a pretty big milestone for us.
Yeah, it's super out of our comfort zone, so, but we're so excited just to step away from full-time working and the daily grind and do something just for us. By the time we made the decision to travel, we'd already had our YouTube channel for a fair while, and we were doing videos on trips we took and gear we had and all of those sorts of things. So we thought it was fitting and nice to sort of keep that going and share some of our adventures and prep for full-time travel around Australia.
And if you actually look through some of our old videos, you can sort of see what we were doing. Like there's an old video of a Black Wolf tent we got. That was purely all in sort of preparation for this trip, with thinking about if we wanted to go sort of away from the car.
We'll do a hike or...
Yeah, that sort of stuff, and also have a backup tent. So there's a lot of stuff we were sort of trying not to give away until we knew 100% that we were gonna go through with the trip and all that, but it's definitely been in progress for a fair while now.
Yeah, for sure, and that's what's been hard, because it's been so long that, and you know, we've been constantly doing things to set ourselves up. It's felt like so long we've been changing so many things, but it's super close now, so all of that hard work and all of that will actually pay off, and we'll be able to enjoy all the things we've spent so much time setting up.
And money.
Yes, and money. We don't really know how long we're going to be traveling for. We haven't made any plans whatsoever in regards to time frames, schedules, even really a direction. We just have saved as hard as we can over those last 18 months to have the freedom, as much freedom as we can, so that we can do whatever we want to do and take our time to explore this amazing country.
I think there's a few people keen to see where the patrol's up to. If you are, just let us know. But we are going to do a video soon. In the next few weeks we'll get one up, just sort of showing a few more recent changes. And then once we've got everything together and packed up, we'll sort of do a full walkthrough. But we will do a video shortly of just a few of the recent changes. Yeah,
we've been having so much of our time taken up with work and trying to get the place ready to rent out and clear it all out, that the patrol is still been, you know, having stuff done as well as trying to fit it out and get it all planned and packed. So once we get around to that, we'll definitely catch you guys up on where the patrol's up to.
Thanks for watching, guys. Just keep an eye out for our next video, and we'll see you in the next one.